Hello guys, I hope you're all well. Now we're going to focus on exponential equations. For today again, we're going to do only 4 questions, and then those 4 questions, at least they entail everything that you need to know. The first one being 1, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 7. 1, 2, 3, and 7. Those are the ones that we are going to do today. So now, for the first one, we are given 3 with exponent of x minus 1 is equals to a 1. Now, our intention is that we need to have the same basis. If ever our base this side is 3, our base that side should also be 3, right? And now, whenever we have a term of 3, we can write it, of 1, we can write it as 3 with an exponent of 0, right? Everything to an exponent of 0, it gives us a 1. I hope you remember from the previous video about exponential expressions. So on our left hand side, we still have 3 exponent of 1 minus x minus 1. And then now, since we have the same basis on both sides, then we can just cancel them and drop the exponent. So we're going to have x minus 1 is equals to a 0, and then we take 0 to the other side, therefore our x is going to be equal to a 1, right? So now that's what we solved. Whenever they said solve an equation, they mean that we should solve for the variable. Our variable in this case, it is x, so we found x. Okay, let's go to number 2. Number 2, we're given something similar to the first one, just that on our right hand side we have a 3 instead of a 1. So we're given 3 exponent of x minus 1 is equals to 3. Remember, the exponent here of 3 is 1 there. So if ever we have the same basis from the get-go, what do? We cancel them out, and then we are left with x minus 1 is equals to a 1, only the exponent. And then we take this one over to the other side. It's going to change the sign, therefore we'll be left with x is equals to 1 plus 1, giving us x is equals to a 2. As easy as that. Now on to number 3. Number 3, we are given the 4 with an exponent of n is equals to 64. So now again, we want to write this 64 with the base of 4, right? And then we do that by putting it into how much is 4. So we can have 4 with an exponent of 3. 4 with an exponent of 3 is going to give us 64. You can quickly check it in your calculator, and then you will see that it gives you 64. So now, because we have the same basis on both sides, then we can cancel the basis. Therefore, we're left with n is equals to a 3. See? Please leave a comment below if ever there's something that you do not understand. And then on to our last one. We are given 5 multiplied by 3 with an exponent of 1 minus n is equals to 81. Again, firstly, we want to leave our exponential term, or the term that has an exponent, we want to leave it alone. So how do we do that? We do it in this case because the 5 is multiplied. So we're going to divide both sides by 5 first, so that we can cancel that 5. Or in fact, it is 45 this side, not 81. It is 45. So now the 5 is cancelled. So therefore, we're left with 3 with an exponent of 1 minus n is equals to 45 divided by 5 is going to give us a 9, right? So again, this 9, we want to write it in such a way that it has a base of 3. Therefore, our 3 minus n is going to give us 3 squared. We know that 3 squared is equals to a 9. Again, now in this case, we have the same basis, so we are going to cancel out. Then we are left with 1 minus n is equals to a 2. What do we do in this case? We can take, to make things easier. Remember, if we take this one over to this side, it's going to become a positive, right? And then when you take this one, this side is going to become a negative because it was a positive. So let's quickly do that. So firstly, we have 1. We move the 2 to this side. It's going to be negative 2. And then the n, we take it to the other side. It was positive, and that's going to be positive n. Okay? So we know if it's a positive, we can just leave it like that. So now finally now in this case, 1 minus 2 is going to give us negative 1 is equals to n. And that's the end. Kindly do as many as you can, and then you can leave your comment, and then I will get right back to you. Thank you so much.